Hello and welcome to the sideboard here at SCG Worcester. My name is Ruben Bressler and I am joined by Michael Loconto. Now, Michael Loconto is a name that I'm familiar with and many Magic historians, I guess, would be familiar with, but many new players, even old players, may not be familiar with the name. Why should people know who you are, Michael?
Well, back in 1996, I was the first one to win the first Pro Tour.
Pro Tour 1.
Pro Tour 1.
1996 New York City.
New York City.
Winner.
Winner.
Right. And so...
Yes. I represented the U.S. and beat Bertrand Lestrade from France.
There you go.
To win PT1.
And also the Canadian national champion, who I forget the name of currently, was also in that top 8. But, yeah, kept it in the United States.
Yes.
Winning in New York, although you're a Boston area player, winning in New York City. I don't know if they would have liked that, but you were the first Pro Tour champion.
Yes, I was.
And no one else will ever be the first Pro Tour champion. That's quite an accomplishment.
That's what they tell me.
So, after that, you haven't really played a ton of Magic in the last 10 years, 20 years? What's the last time you played Magic before today?
It's about 10 years ago. Yeah.
Wow.
And
some of your friends convinced you to come out for the Theros Team Sealed event.
yes, they did.
What's brought you back to Magic after so long of a time?
I mean, I enjoy hanging out with my friends, so I came, but I really thought that maybe I could, I might try to get back on the Pro Tour, or at least I really would like to get a Hall of Fame ring. So
sure. Wow, that's definitely something to strive for, especially with, first Pro Tour winner. That's definitely a good top line for a Hall of Fame induction.
It should be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Absolutely, there you go. Yeah. So we've seen several, pardon this, old timers come back to the game. Darwin Castle, Rob Doherty, Huey Jensen's coming in the Hall of Fame this year. Leave the game and come back. Of course, Brian Kibler and Ben Stark both left the game for long amounts of time and then came back successfully. Seeing them lay out that groundwork as leaving for such a long time and being able to come back, is that sort of reaching at you and saying, hey man, you could do this too?
It takes a pretty big dedication to be a pro player, so I don't,
absolutely.
I don't know. It takes a lot of time, a lot of money, and we'll see what happens. I think it would be. I do want to play more, so I really had a good time today. It was a very well run event, and I had a good time. So
excellent.
Yeah.
Now this is SCG Worcester. You're near Worcester, is where you live, right?
Yep, Grafton.
Which is about how far from here?
20 minutes away.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you've been in this area the whole time.
I'm a social worker in Worcester.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So you've seen the community in Worcester evolve, the Magic community, for 20 years.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about the early days of the Massachusetts, Worcester, Boston area Magic, and when the competitive scene really started to pick up.
It was I'd say about 1993. We used to play at a store called SMK, and that was in Hudson, and Rob Doherty and Darwin would come down, Dave Humphreys, a lot of the big name guys, and it was just, it was like the hub of, that's kind of where it started, was one of the, California was big at the time too.
Sure.
It was just like Hudson, Mass in California, yeah.
And this was even before like Team CMU came around, before Neutral Ground really took off. And so this was like very early days of competitive Magic. You were really one of the groundbreakers of all this, basically.
Well, we were talking today. I used to have a friend that used to crack packs of Revised, and he would sell me the dual lands for $1. And I would go and resell them for $2 and think I was
just hand over fist.
Hey,
yeah, man.
I was doubling my money. I thought I was.
Or you could wait 20 years. That's the other option, which you could. That's not realistic anymore, obviously. But yeah, that's pretty great stuff. So you're thinking about coming back.
I'm thinking about it, coming out of retirement like Rocky.
Exactly. PTQs, GPs, SCG Opens, stuff like that.
We'll see what happens.
Cool. Well, I'm looking forward to it. It's great to meet you.
Yeah, thank you for awesome to meet you too.
Thank you for joining me in the sideboard.
All right.
Michael Loconto, Pro Tour 1 champion. I am Ruben Bressler here at Star City Games Worcester.